Thank you for joining me for lesson 93 of Sefer HaMitzvos daily study. Today we are learning six mitzvahs, negative mitzvah 161, negative mitzvah 162, positive mitzvah 38, negative mitzvah 160, negative mitzvah 158, and negative mitzvah 159. The first mitzvah is that a high priest is not allowed to marry a widow. It's forbidden to marry a widow. This comes from Leviticus 21:14, and it says, "A widow he shall not marry." And in the very next verse, we find out the next negative commandment regarding the high priest, that the high priest is not allowed to also have any relations with a widow. It says, neither shall he profane his seed among his people. So he's not supposed to give of his seed to her, and so that is within or outside of the boundaries of marriage. So if he marries her and is intimate with her, he actually violates two prohibitions. The positive mitzvah that we have here is that the high priest is to marry a virgin. It says in Leviticus 21:13, he shall marry a woman in her virgin state. So she can't have been with anyone previously, can't have been married previously, and yeah. So that is a positive mitzvah for the high priest in particular. Next, Leviticus 21:7 teaches us that a priest is forbidden to marry a divorcee. Says, neither shall they take a woman divorced by her husband, and that's any priest. The same verse tells us that they should not take a wife who is a zona. Now, this is an interesting detail because if you're familiar with what a zona is, or how that term is used generally, the term refers to someone who is a promiscuous woman, like a prostitute. But there's actually a different word. I believe it's kadesha, which is the biblical word for that. And so the halakhic term zona is a more specific term, and it refers to a woman who has had relations with someone in the past who she's forbidden to marry. So this might have come, after being married or outside of marriage. She's forbidden to be with that person. There's lots of different cases here that we would have to go through. But the priest cannot marry her once she has done that. So this is from Leviticus 21:7. They shall not take a wife who is a zona. And finally, Leviticus 21:7 says that a priest is forbidden to marry a profaned woman. And I'll read what it says here on the Sefer Mitzvahs page. It says, a priest may not marry a halala, a woman who in the past had relations with a priest to whom she was forbidden to marry because of his priestly status. For instance, she was a divorcee. So once she becomes a halala, and so she's not allowed to marry him. and then they end up producing children who are not fit for the priesthood. The second case is the daughter born from a relationship between a priest and a halala. So that woman is not allowed to marry, and the priest is not allowed to marry the daughter of such a union. So they're the male offspring of this would be halal, and so this is um, a term that could also be used for a corpse, and so there's there were strong rumors that there was even a high priest in the days of the Second Temple, who was of this status. It was a sad time for Israel, because the even the priests did not know the laws. Some of the high priests didn't know the laws that they were supposed to be keeping, and some may not have even cared, even if they did. But we get indications of this in the Mishnah for Yoma, which we read on Yom Kippur. That talks about priests and how they had to be instructed regarding their service, etc. And so it's a sad situation. A little bit of a tangent here, but sad situation that a lot of the priests did not know these mitzvahs and others, and as we've seen elsewhere, there were people who were taking advantage of positions rather than truly serving Hashem. Anyway, so most of these mitzvahs aren't going to be something that you or I are able to observe, but this is a good opportunity, I think, to mention how the Torah is not one size fits all. The Torah is tailor fit to each individual and their what their mitzvahs are. So if you're a Gentile, if you're just any Gentile out there in the world, you've got mitzvahs that are found in the Torah. If you're a Jewish person, you obviously have mitzvahs that are found in the Torah. If you're a Levite, there are mitzvahs specifically for you. If you're a Kohen, there are mitzvahs specifically for you. And if when the temple is rebuilt, you end up being the high priest. Who knows? Maybe you're watching. Then you have mitzvahs specifically for you, and also other unfortunate situations like we talked about yesterday. If you found yourself in the situation where you were born like a mamzer or something, God forbid, then the Torah has mitzvahs for you, and unfortunately, some people who don't look deep enough into the Torah and don't think about it enough think that well, all the mitzvahs apply to me. But as a Jew, not even all of these mitzvahs apply to me. The mitzvahs here that we've talked about today are for priests and high priests, and it just goes to show that we have to look into the Torah deeply to understand where we fit into Hashem's plan. What is our calling? What is the calling that He's put upon our lives? And it's all there. Nothing's left out. Baruch Hashem. Well, thank you so much for joining me tonight with God's help, we're going to enter into holy time of 2 days of Shavuos, and we are receiving the Torah as we do every year anew at this time. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great day in every way.